天是2021年的4月17号，星期六啊。Hello， 现在是美东时间下午的15点51分。我们现在来到了杰森海啊，这个尼泊尔社区啊。这个尼泊尔社区是在这个背书支持安迪陈毅啊。这是尼泊尔的社区啊。哎 ，Hello， How are you？ 各位好啊，我们现在杰森海啊，在尼泊尔的社团啊社区，尼泊尔的社团社区，然后来。Ready?
Yes.
Please, hello, sir. Can you face this way? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you can hold this one. Somebody.
这是按照尼泊尔那个礼节啊，准备的这个花环还有水果等等啊。陈毅 ，Yeah， Chen Yeah，Support Chen Yeah。Andy Chen 啊。
Toma. Where are you? What is your Facebook Live? What's going on? Program is started. Hello. Wake up, please.
今天是一个晴朗的天气啊，当然多云没有雨啊，比昨天要好的很多啊。今天是多云的天气，摄氏12度啊，华氏是这个54度，华氏54度啊。现在安迪扬是在这个尼泊尔社区里面是吧？等会儿就要出来了是吧？尼泊尔社团以这个最高的礼仪来这个支持这个 Andy Chen 是吧？谢谢。Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you. Here is the Jason High. Yeah, I'm Star TV live broadcast in the Jason High community area. 我们在杰森海的社区啊，是25选区。我们现在主要是这里来支持这个安迪扬这个 Andy Chen 啊，他是邮编是11373、11372和11370第25选区的议员候选人Andy Chen。
Take the pictures.
Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Like we have endorsement event in Diversity Plaza. We are doing a small rally in our Nepali culture, and we're trying to show our power to this district that the Andy is the only winner for this district. Okay, thank you so much. Now,
Give me 1 second. Andy's on the way. Andy's
coming because he's the sole stopper today.
He's very busy. No, wait. Just wait. Andy's on the way. Come on.
Andy.
现在这个是在杰森海的尼泊尔社区啊，安迪陈毅啊，中文名陈毅啊，英文名 Andy Chen 呀。
What?
尔社区给了安迪最高的礼仪啊，给他献上白色的这个丝巾和鲜花、水果、花环啊。
Okay, when I say Andy Chen, everybody say vote for him. Andy Chen.
Vote for him!
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 Andy Chen. Vote for him. Okay, now we go from here to Diversity Plaza. Everybody follow the Andy Chen. And so when he say the Andy Chen, everybody say vote for him. When we say vote for him, say Andy Chen. Okay, let's go, guys.
Vote for! Vote for! Vote for!
Let's go.
Vote for! Vote for!
Right side,
Vote
right side.
for! Vote for! Vote for! Vote for! Vote for!
我们是在接新汉，我们在接新汉是在安迪城25选区外做现场直播的报道啊。
Vote for! Vote for! For City Council District25. Vote for!
安迪城的竞选的 City Council 啊，候选人是吧？25选区的，现在尼泊尔社区在支援他啊。
Vote for! Vote for! Vote for! Vote for!
我们是在接新汉第25选区啊，为这个纽约第25选区议员候选人安迪城啊，这个尼泊尔社团在为他这个举行一个街道的巡游活动啊，非常壮观。安迪城戴上这个尼泊尔裔的这个花环和这个白色的丝巾啊。 这个是接生号的尼泊尔社区啊，背书支持啊，我们25选区议员候选人啊，安迪陈啊，陈毅啊，中文名。
Vote for Vote for Andy Chen. 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 Vote for Andy Chen.
Hey, be careful.
Vote for Andy Chen. 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 Vote for Andy Chen.
Maybe here.
Vote for Andy Chen. Vote for Andy Chen. Vote for Vote for Andy Chen. 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 Vote for Andy Chen.
First lady, you can stand here.
Vote for Andy Chen. 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 Vote for
Andy Chen.
Vote for Andy Chen. Vote for Andy Chen.
这是知青派啊，是华裔还有其他这个多元化的一个社区啊。我们25社区议员候选人陈毅 Andy Chen，尼泊尔社区的大力的背书支持啊。
Andy Chen. 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 Andy Chen.
There you go.
Andy Chen. 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 Andy Chen.
Thank you so much, everyone. Can you stand
我
behind
们现在是在
the
知青派啊，在知青派这个我们纽约市议员候选人25选区议员候选人 Andy Chen 的这个选区啊，现在是这个选区是多族裔的选区，有华裔的、尼泊尔裔的、亚裔的，还有其他亚裔的族群，还有这个还西语的，但是今天呢，这安迪陈得到了这个尼泊尔社团这个背书支持啊。今天是一个尼泊尔社区背书支持安迪杨的一个活动啊，一个活动，大型的一个活动。
Those who have these signs, please can you come in front? Those who have this one. Okay, can you come this side?
Can you stay like D O? Where is T? One by one. Can you go like this T? One T.
第一直播，第一直播，第一直播啊！上啊，微信看。VOT vote 杨 NG 杨是吧？然后拼起来就是支持 NG。
Can you come in front? C, letter C. We have letter C. Can you come in front, please?
我们是在杰森海这个社区啊，纽约 City Council 啊，纽约这个议员候安迪陈陈毅的这个选区啊，现在得到这个尼泊尔社区的这个背书和支持。
Can you come in front, please?
एउटा एक्स्ट्रा चेयर छैन यता फर्स्ट लेडीलाई चाहिँ हेर
नमस्ते सबैजनालाई म दिपेन्द्र लामा END चेनको डेपुटी क्याम्पेन म्यानेजर आज तपाईँहरूको माझ हामी नेपालीज अमेरिकन इन्डोर्समेन्ट ल्याएर आउँदैछौँ त्यसैले सम्पूर्ण महानुभावहरूलाई हाम्रो निमन्त्रणलाई स्वीकार आइदिनु भएकोमा हृदयदेखि नै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु Thank you so much everyone for being here today for END Chen. I'm the Dipendra Lama, Deputy Campaign Manager for END Chen. Last week we had an event, but like due to the weather, we have to postpone this week. And thank you so much for having us, and thank you so much for being here today to support END Chen. यो चाहिँ Nepalese American Nepalese American Endorsement ND Chen को लागि चाहिँ नेपाली समुदायहरुबाट गरेको इन्डोर्समेन्ट प्रोग्राम हो यसमा आउनु भएकोमा म सम्पूर्ण महानुभावहरूलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु Yes, we know हाम्रो नेपाली फर्मेट अनुसार हामी कार्यक्रमलाई अलिकति सञ्चालन नगरौँ कि भन्ने हिसाबले हामीले अतिथि आसन ग्रहणलाई नगर्ने कुरा हामीले जमर्को गरेका छौँ मलाई लाग्छ यहाँहरूले यो समस्यालाई र यो कुरालाई बुझिदिनुहुन्छ भन्ने मैले आशा लिएको छु र म मेरो व्यक्तिगत तर्फबाट र हाम्रो क्यान्डिडेट END चेनको तर्फबाट यहाँहरूमा क्षमा याचना पनि माग्न चाहन्छु त्यसैले हामी अतिथि आसन ग्रहण नगराइकन
125、135、132、170啊，如果支持陈毅的这个华裔候选人陈毅的大家都来投票11373、172、11370啊。今天是这个20选区的这个尼泊尔社团来背书支持陈毅啊。
Now, thank you so much everyone for here. As I already mentioned, you all, this is the Nepalese American Endorsement. We have many organizations that they are endorsing END Chen today. So thank you so much for here. And our first, I'd like to introduce you, one of our program manager. She is working for the Nepalese community, and she is the program manager for our END Chen. हाम्रो नेपाली समुदायको तर्फबाट विभागको प्रमुख अथवा कम्युनिटी म्यानेजर चाहिँ हामीले एकजना नेपाली नै हुनुहुन्छ उहाँलाई आज चिनाउने जमर्को गरेको छु र लेट्स वेलकम फ्रम द वेलकम स्पीच बाई आवर प्रोग्राम म्यानेजर सुजेना राय
Thank you for accepting our warm invitation in this chilly weather and taking your precious time out to join us for this endorsement event for Mr. ND Chen. First of all, I would like to welcome start the event by welcoming the very special person, the star of this event, Mr. ND Chen. Mrs. Sally Chen, the program coordinators, all the volunteers, and our highly respected Nepalese American community leaders. Also, thank you for our event organizer and coordinator who helped make this happen. As we continue this event from this point on, I would humbly request you all to be very patient as we conduct this program concisely. To speak of Mr. ND Chen, he's a man beyond words. He's just not somebody who speaks but does what he speaks. I personally have witnessed him being at various occasions, being ready to help and serve, be it the fire at 70, 89 and 37th Avenue for the blood drive, providing PPE supplies, everything wherever needed, he's there. So he deserves all the hype. So he's a man who has been helping the community, who will be helping the community, and is committed to help the community regardless. So not just for one particular community, but all the members of different communities. So today, I'm here to urge all my Nepalese brothers and sisters, especially each and every Nepalese American, especially in District 25, Jackson Heights and Elmers, to come together and help Mr. Chen to make it to the City Council. Nepalese are known for unity and strength, and today I ask all of us to be united once again for Chen. Thank you.
Yay!
Yes, thank you so much, Sujana. And thank you volunteers, because we have a little bit cultural program as well. So I request you guys to sit behind the Andy. So we have a space here, okay? We need to use this space for the cultural event. So guys, can you go?
Can you move around, please? The guys, you can go around and stay around, please. We need your shot on that side now.
सुभाष दाहालज्यू कता हुनु अगाडि आइदिनु होला सुभाष दाहालज्यू दीपा थापा एन्ड भविष्य क्यान यु प्लिज कम अगाडि आइदिनु होला हामी अब चाहिँ हाम्रो हेभनली पाथको तर्फबाट पहिला कार्यक्रमको शुभारम्भ भजन कार्यक्रमबाट गर्ने भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि भजन गाउनु हुने सम्पूर्णलाई अगाडि आइदिनु हुन म अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु Yes, now we are starting with the our culture. It's a prayer. It's a prayer to end the win. Okay, so there's a team here, and let's welcome the Heavenly Path and the team for the Bhajan song. Please give a huge round of applause. Thank you.
尼泊尔社区应该来用这个歌曲和舞蹈来支持安迪城是吧？专门这个背书安迪城支持安迪城是吧？25社区的尼泊尔社区这些首领们是吧？尼泊尔社区这些支持这个民族的歌舞来支持安迪城啊，这是非常难得的啊！咱们华裔在这个社区说明还是非常能团结广大亚裔的这个群众啊。下面就是这个社区的一些这个25选区这个社区它是包含了哪几个邮政编码呢？我们来看一下具体的邮政编码，第25选区是11373、11372和11370如果是在这个社区的这个
पछाडी उभिनु भएको मानवहरूलाई अगाडि आइदिनु हुन अनुरोध गर्दछु किनभने पछाडी छरेर बस्दाखेरि अलिकति राम्रो देखिएन पनि त्यसैले समर्थनमा आउनुभएका सम्पूर्ण महानुभावलाई अगाडि आएर बस्दिनु हुन म अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु
OK，Thank you，Thank you。OK。现在这个尼泊尔社区啊，就背书为我们25选区候选人陈毅背书，然后这个他们也给安迪城戴上了这个他们尼泊尔这个花环和洁白的这个丝巾啊，就表示对这个安迪城的尊重啊。安迪城和他的太太也坐在这啊。咱们来看一看尼泊尔社区积极为咱们安迪城准备的这个歌舞的表演，是吧？今天虽然是个多云的天气，但是天气不错啊，天气不错。这个没有下雨啊，阳光没有错，但是非常一个适合的温度啊，风也比较小啊。这个老天也在帮助咱们安迪城啊，陈毅啊。下面这个尼泊尔社团是准备了一些这个他们传统的一些这个音乐和舞蹈歌曲节目来支持安迪城啊。现在是 Amherst， 对，杰森海这里啊，就是76街在这个地方，对，这个多元化大厦啊，这个多元化 Plaza 这个地方啊。咱们华人呢，就是说通过我这个频道也能看一下啊，社区来怎么竞选的啊，怎么拜票的，怎么拉票的，议员是怎么样来进行这个。咱们光看街头也没什么太多的意思啊，咱们就看一看这个是怎么样拜票，怎么样这个来竞选议员的啊，怎么样这个来获得社团支持的，是不是？各种各样的是吧？咱们看一看。
अरूको सेवा गर्न सकूं प्राण रहूंजिल मुट्ठी भर अरूको सेवा गर्न सकूं यो श्वास मेरो यही भन्छ अरूको निम्ति म मर्न सकूं अरूको सेवा गर्न सकूं।
尼泊尔社团用这个古老的民族乐器啊，为我们安迪城这个助选啊。
बोली नम्र म पार्न सकूं हृदय प्रेमले पूर्ण गरी बोली नम्र म पार्न सकूं दान दयाको निम्ति म हात बढाई रहन सकूं रहूंजिल मुट्ठी भर अरूको सेवा गर्न सकूं प्राण रहूंजिल मुट्ठी सेवा गर्न सकूं। जीवन मेरो लट्ठी हो वृद्ध र वृद्धाजनहरूको जीवन मेरो अरूको सेवा गर्न सकूं
陈毅的太太不是尼泊尔人，是咱们华裔的啊。但是陈毅在尼泊尔社区这个确实受到了很多人的支持啊，咱们都是咱们亚裔啊。陈毅的太太啊，陈毅和他的太太啊是咱们华裔啊，咱们华裔。因为今天尼泊尔人是以然后尼泊尔最高礼仪给陈毅戴上了花环和这个白色的丝巾啊，这是一个最高的礼仪啊。怎么能相信？这是一首励志的歌啊，这应该是一首很励志的歌啊。
希望你这辈。
Thank you so much, the Heavenly Path, for the prayer for Andy's win. And we know with this support, love, I think we already won the election, right? So yes, also धेरै धन्यवाद Heavenly Pathलाई यो प्रेयरबाट एन्डी चेनको विजयको लागि जुन प्रे गरिदिनु भयो त्यसको लागि धेरै धन्यवाद। जसले चाहिँ हामी अब करिब जितको नजिक पुगिसकेको भन्ने हामी पुगिसकेका छौँ। त्यसैले हाम्रो कार्यक्रम छोटो छ, हामी एकदमै थोरैमा गर्छौँ। हामीले अघि नै भनिसके अतिथि आसन ग्रहणलाई हामी गर्दैनौँ, त्यसमा मैले क्षमा याचना पनि मैले मागिसकेँ, फेरि पनि म दोहोऱ्याउन चाहन्छु। हामीसँग जम्मा 3 देखि 4 जना भक्त मात्रै हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँहरूले पनि छोटोमै यहाँले आफ्नो भनाइ राख्नुहुन्छ भन्ने मैले आशा लिएको छु। र त्यसपछि हाम्रो कल्चरल डान्स पनि रहेको छ। हाम्रो आर्टिस्टहरू गेटिङ रेडी, सो वी डु कल्चरल डान्स एन्ड द नेपाली कल्चरल सङ एज वेल। सो थ्याङ्क यू सो मच हेभेनली पाथ once again, and now without any further delay, for this event we have a coordinator who organized this event in a good way and helping us out from this event, and that's none other than our community leader. यो अर्गनाइज गर्न र एनडी चेनको यो अर्को घोषणा पनि हो, किनभने एनडी चेन जिताउँ अभियानको एउटा प्रचार प्रसार समिति हामीले गठन गरेका छौँ र त्यो प्रचार प्रसार समिति 101 सदस्य सहितको प्रचार समिति रहेको छ र त्यसको कोअर्डिनेटर चाहिँ हामीले एकदमै दाजु नेतृत्व हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँलाई आफ्नो मन्तव्य राखिदिनु हुन हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु। लेट्स गिभ अ ह्युज राउन्ड अफ अप्लज टु आवर केशव राम राई।
Namaste. First of all,
这是尼泊尔社
I would
团的
like
这
to
个社团
welcome
领袖啊。
City Council candidate for District 25, Andy Chen, and his wife Shelly Chen.
Andy Chen、Shelly Chen、Andy Chen 和 Shelly Chen 和他的 wife Shelly Chen。
Our Nepalese community leaders and everyone present here today in this historic moment in the Nepalese American history. In my opinion, the best candidate for City Council is Andy Chen. It is about we choose the type of leaders like Andy Chen who selflessly works for his community and beyond his community. He showed curiosity Nepali communities and asked if we have a community center. A community center is very important to keep the Nepalese community together, to bind our culture, tradition, and to keep our identity as Nepalese for coming Nepalese American generation in America. Andy Chen promises whether he wins or not, he is committed to support us and to help build Nepalese community center for the betterment of our community. Our Nepalese youth and adults are very interested in sports as they are very energetic. He has promised to help provide sports ground and sports facilities where we can entertain all kind of sports and activities. Apart from that, he is also willing to help us to bring our language for in America. Not all the Nepalis are here able to understand English. So we need our language available in all the major sectors, like in immigration offices or in hospitals, during driving permit test, or anywhere. He is willing to help make our language available where needed. Currently, we see these hate crimes against Asian community, and he promised to provide security in our district for all of us to keep us safe and make this environment a healthy place to live by providing patrols and other forms of security. In America, we have different types of people from around the world. He is committed to help not only one community, but the other communities. He wants to be the bridge that brings all of us together as one. He is creating an environment for us Nepalis connect with other communities and move forward in positive direction. As a candidate, we have seen him passionately work for the people of our community. He also volunteered with his team in our neighbor cleaning campaign. He is responsible for providing the first relief in the fire broke out 89th Street and 34th Avenue, providing water, food supplies, and clothes. He worked with other organizations to arrange hotels and affected families. He is working non-stop, reaching out to everyone who needs help and participating in events of uplift that community, like the anti-Asian hate campaign in Diversity Plaza, the candlelight event in Elmos, and many more. Andy Chen is the best person who looks at the issue all sides and in all sectors and would make the best decision for the Nepalese community in Jackson High and Elmos, and will lead community the best. We wish him all the best. यस कार्यक्रममा उपस्थित आदरणीय बुवामा दाजुभाइ दिदीबहिनीहरू, विभिन्न सङ्घ संस्थाका प्रतिनिधि साथीभाइहरू, हामीले किन एन्डी चाङलाई चाहिँ समर्थन गर्दैछौँ? किनभने एन्डी चाङले सधैँ हामीलाई चाहिँ नेपाली कम्युनिटी सेन्टर छ कि छैन भनेर उहाँले क्वेसन गरिरहनु भएको छ, र उहाँले नेपाली कम्युनिटी सेन्टर नेपालीको एकताको लागि, हाम्रो कल्चर, संस्कार, संस्कृति संरक्षणको लागि यो हाम्रो आजको आवश्यकता हो। चाहे उहाँले हारुन् चाहे जितुन्, तर यो हाम्रो आवश्यकतामा उहाँले सहयोग गर्छु भनेर उहाँको प्रतिबद्धता हामी बीच आइसकेको छन्। र हामी सबै नेपालीहरू अङ्ग्रेजी भाषामा बोल्न त छैनौँ, त्यसै कारणले हरेक टेस्टहरूमा जाँदाखेरि, चाहे ड्राइभिङ टेस्टमा होस् या विभिन्न सरकारी निकायका टेस्टहरूमा होस्, चाहे हस्पिटलमा होस्, चाहे इमिग्रेसनमा होस्, त्यसको लागि हामीलाई नेपाली भाषामा उपलब्ध गराउनको लागि उहाँले पहल गर्ने प्रतिबद्धता पनि हामीमा जानकारी गराएको यहाँ सबैमा जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। मैले अघि पनि भने, हामीलाई इमिग्रेसनमा जाँदाखेरि, हस्पिटलमा जाँदाखेरि हाम्रा समुदायलाई भाषाका प्रब्लमले गर्दा धेरै हामी पीडित बनेका छौँ। यो समस्याको समाधान गर्ने पहिलो लिडर एन्डी चाङले गर्छु भनेर हामीमा प्रतिबद्धता जाहेर गरेको कारणले आज हामी उपस्थित भएर उहाँलाई सहयोग गर्दैछौँ। यो रिसेन्ट सिचुएसनमा, अहिलेको समयमा एसियन हेडको विभिन्न समस्याहरू यहाँ आइरहेको छ। यो एसियन हेडको समस्या समाधानको निमित्त उहाँले विभिन्न सङ्घ संस्थाहरूसँग सहकार्य गरेर अगाडि बढिरहनु भएको छ, र यो समस्याको लागि मोर सेक्युरिटी यो ठाउँमा लगाएर विभिन्न वेबाट चाहिँ यो समस्याको समाधानको लागि पनि उहाँले प्रतिबद्धता जाहेर गर्नुभएको छ। हामी आज हाम्रा छोराछोरीहरू, हाम्रा बालबच्चाहरू सबैले स्पोर्ट्स ग्राउन्डको आवश्यकताहरू छन्, तर हामीले चाहे जस्तो बढेको ठाउँमा हामीसँग ग्राउन्डहरू छैन। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि सबै प्रकारका खेलहरूको लागि स्पोर्ट ग्राउन्डको उपलब्ध गराउने पनि एन्डी चेङले प्रतिबद्धता गरेको भएर हामीले उहाँलाई समर्थन र सहयोग गरेको यहाँ समक्ष हामी जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छौँ। हामी पार्कहरूमा जाँदाखेरि पानी पर्दाखेरि हाम्रो लागि सेल्टरहरू छैन, बाथरुमहरू सफिसियन्ट छैन, सपोज टु बी क्विन्स ब्रिज पार्कमा। त्यो समस्याको समाधान एन्डी च्याङले गर्छु भनेर प्रतिबद्धता गरेको छु र यो समस्याको समाधान मेरो विश्वास पनि एन्डी च्याङमै हो। एन्डी च्याङ यति मात्रै होइन, स्वास्थ्यको लागि, एजुकेसनको लागि, हाम्रो बालबच्चाको लागि, हाम्रा सिनियर सिटिजनहरूको लागि, युवाहरूको लागि, हाम्रो सिङ्गो नेपाली मात्रै नभएर पिपल आर एक्सिस फ्रम अराउन्ड द वर्ल्ड इन अमेरिका सबैको हितमा राम्रो उदाहरण र नमुनाको रूपमा काम गरेर देखाउने उहाँले प्रतिबद्धता जाहेर गर्नुभएको पनि यहाँहरू समक्ष जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। उपस्थित आदरणीय दाजुभाइ दिदीबहिनीहरू, अमेरिकामा क्लिनेस्ट सिटी खोज्नु पर्दा, सबैभन्दा सफा जिल्ला खोज्नु पर्दाखेरि चाहिँ डिस्ट्रिक्ट 25 मा संसारकै मान्छेहरू हेर्न आउनुपर्छ भन्ने त्यो खालको वातावरण पनि बनाउँछु भनेर उहाँले प्रतिबद्धता गरिसकेको यहाँसँग जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। नेपाली कम्युनिटीमा मात्रै नभएर विभिन्न कम्युनिटीहरूसँग सहकार्य गरेर, सहमति गरेर आवश्यकता र विभिन्न कुरामा हाम्रो काम कारबाहीहरूलाई अगाडि बढाउनको निमित्त एन्डी च्याङले हामी समक्ष प्रतिबद्धता जाहेर गर्नुभएको पनि जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। उहाँ अहिले 13 वर्षमा अमेरिका आउनुभएको हो, 32 वर्षे ठिटा, तर उहाँ मभन्दा 10 वर्ष जेठो हुनुहुन्छ। किनभने केशवराम राई संसारमा सिजन परिवर्तन भयो, केशवरामको उमेर परिवर्तन भएन। आई एम अलवेज 22, मलाई 22 वर्षे ठिटा भनेर बोलाउँदा फरक पर्दैन। यो भाषाहरू, यो शब्दहरू, यो कुराहरू केशवराम राईको होइन, एन्डी च्याङले विगत केही समयभित्र उहाँले दिनुभएको योगदान गर्नुभएको कामको प्रतिबद्धता हो। जस्तो विगतमा ब्लड ड्राइभमा उहाँले पिपीहरू बाँड्नुभयो, आवश्यकता भएको ठाउँमा क्लोथहरू बाँडिराख्नु भएको छ। कसैलाई आवश्यकता भएको खण्डमा आउनुहोस्, हामी उहाँसँग मिलेर हामी उपलब्ध गराउँछौँ। उहाँले खानाहरू बाँडिराख्नु भएको छ, पानीहरू बाँडिराखेको छ। होटेल अरूको चाहिँ कसैलाई त्यस्तो समस्या आवश्यकता भएको ठाउँमा उहाँले हेल्प गरिराख्नु भएको छ। हरेक खेलकुद ग्राउन्डहरूमा गएर उहाँले चाहिँ खेलकुदको आइटमहरू बाँडिरहनु भएको छ। र एन्डी च्याङ डिस्ट्रिक्ट 25 को सिटी काउन्सिलको लागि चाहिँ हाम्रो उहाँ क्यान्डिडेट हुनुहुन्छ। एन्डी च्याङले हाम्रो समर्थन होइन, अहिलेसम्म एन्डी च्याङले गरेर देखाउनु भएको कामको समर्थन हो। एन्डी च्याङ हाम्रो आवश्यकताको क्यान्डिडेट हो। यहाँहरू समक्ष यो भन्न चाहन्छु। र अन्तमा यहाँहरू सबैले यो कोरोना भाइरस कोभिड-19ले सताइरहेको बेलामा पनि यसरी सबैले समय दिएर यो कार्यक्रम सफल बनाउनमा आइदिनु भएकोमा केशवराम राईले खोटाङ जिल्ला मेरो गाउँ रतनसा सम्झे अहिले मैले चाहिने साकेला गाउँपालिका वार्ड पूर्व 9 अहिलेको 2 बाट र अमेरिका न्युयोर्क सहरको ज्याक्सन हाई डाइभर्सिटी प्लाजाबाट यहाँहरू सबैलाई एकमुष्टमा धन्यवाद गर्दै हृदयबाटै स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद। अब भन्छु तपाईँहरूलाई भोट फोर भन्दा एकपटक दुईपटक एन्डी च्याङ भनिदिनु होला। भोट फोर, भोट फोर, भोट फोर, भोट फोर, भोट फोर, भोट फोर। Thank you all.
Yes, the energy. Right? You can see the energy. What he said, like he's always 22 years old. He's not more than that. So the Andy is 10 years older than him. Okay, thank you so much, Kesavram Dai, for the wonderful speech for Andy Chen. Yes, I already mentioned you all, like we have a public relation department for the Nepalese American for Andy Chen. We have 101 members to support the Andy Chen, and we are going to announce today. And our coordinator is Mr. Kesavram Rai. So yes, हामीले Andy Chen जिताऊ अभियानको प्रचार प्रसार समिति गठन गरेका छौं र त्यो 101 समिति सदस्य रहेको छ। त्यो 101 समिति सदस्यको कोअर्डिनेटर चाहिँ हाम्रो केशवराम दाइ हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँलाई फेरि एकपटक जोरदार ताली बजाइदिन म हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु। यस मैले अघि पनि भनिसकेँ हामीसँग धेरै वक्ताहरू छैन त्यसैले हामी छोटकरीमा हामी कार्यक्रमलाई टुङ्ग्याउनेछौँ र हामीसँग कलाकार साथीहरू पनि हुनुहुन्छ तयारी अवस्थामा बस्नुभएको र हाम्रो कार्यक्रम सकिने बित्तिकै हामीसँग हाम्रो सङ्गीतकारहरूले तपाईँहरूलाई मनोरञ्जन दिनुहुने नै छ Yes, we have a cultural dance and we have a singer, the popular singers we have, and they will gonna entertain you as well. So without any further delay, I would like to call and once again the request of Mr. Kesab Kumar Rai, the volunteers who the vote each end. Please, can you come in front?
这是我们安迪城和他的太太啊，是25选区啊，在这个Amherst 的接生患者呢，11373、11372、11370。如果在25选区的这个华裔或者其他族裔能听得明白我们说话的，支持安迪城啊 ，support Andy Chen 啊。
Okay, we're going to do this, but without any further delay, I'd like to call another speaker. He's the very reputed in our community, a community leader. And I'd like to call म यहाँ बोलाउन चाहन्छु NRNA Yes, we have the former NRNA ICC DRC, Navir Sherchan. So please give a round of applause to the Navir Sherchan. उहाँ चाहिँ NRNA ICC को DRC हुनुहुन्छ उहाँलाई जोरदार ताली दिएर स्वागत गर्ने म हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु नवीन शेरचन
थ्याङ्क यू दिपेन भाइ आजको यस डिस्ट्रिक्ट 25 को क्याम्पिङको लागि मलाई 2 सप्ताह राख्न दिनुभएकोमा आजको यो क्याम्पिङ ग्रुपलाई मेरो हृदयदेखि र एनआरएन को तर्फबाट मुरी धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु हामीले आज जुन यो माहौल देखेको छ यो अति नै हाम्रो समुदायको लागि हाम्रो कम्युनिटीको लागि एकदमै फलदायी छ भन्ने मैले लिएको छु र आज यस्तो जोश देख्दाखेरि मलाई कता आफ्नो छोराछोरीलाई पनि यसमै यो क्याम्पिङ गर्न ल्याउँ कि जस्तो लागिरहेको छ मैले पहिलेदेखि हाम्रो साथी भन्दै थिए कि अब हामी नेपालीले अमेरिकामा हाम्रो देशको त्यो गर्ने होइन कि यहाँ अमेरिकाको मूलधारमा हामीले प्रवेश गराउने कुनै न कुनै तरिकाबाट एउटा थालनी गर्नु पर्दछ भन्ने मैले बारम्बार कुरा राखेको थिएँ त्यो आज कता मलाई त्यो साबित भएको जस्तो लाग्छ त्यसैले हाम्रो नेपाली कम्युनिटीले यदि हाम्रो हक हितको लागि हाम्रो समाजको लागि केही न केही अमेरिकन सरकारसँग लिनुपर्नेछ या दिनुपर्नेछ भनेपछि हामीले यस्तै चिजहरूमा हातेमा हस्ते गरेर अगाडि बढ्नुपर्छ भन्ने मलाई लागिरहेको छ त्यसैले आज हाम्रो जुन नेपाली कम्युनिटीले आन्द्रे चेनलाई जुन सहयोग गर्नुभएको छ यो एकदमै म खुसी छु र आउने दिनहरूमा यस्तो कार्यक्रम गर्नुभयो भने मेरो व्यक्तिगत तर्फबाट र मेरो संस्थाको तर्फबाट जति पनि जेसुकै सहयोग गर्नुपर्नेछ भने म पुरा हृदयबाट गर्नेछु भन्दै फेरि पनि म यो कमिटीलाई आज गर्नुभएकोलाई धन्यवाद दिन्छु फेरि म एकचोटि भन्दैछु धन्यवाद थ्याङ्क यू
Yes, thank you so much, Navin Sherchan for the wonderful remarks. As he said, like we already started to be in the American politics. So like we believe Andy is a Nepalese American Chinese guy. Okay.
这是尼泊尔
So from today, we will say Nepali is not only the Chinese, he is also the Nepalese Chinese American. Okay. So once again, thank you so much, Navi Sherchandai. And without any further delay, I'd like to call our another speaker, the President of Overseas Nepalese United Forum, Mr. Tek Gurung.
Thank you, Dipendra, and thank you so much, Andy Chen and Andy Chen team for giving this opportunity to put couple word from our organization. In this movement, election movement, I have also opportunity to meet so many democratic candidates for this District 25. They all have a very good potential, and they also have they are very nice, and most of them they match with my color, my origination. But I see different than other candidates because ND has a burning desire to serve our 25 district. So that's why we Nepalese community is supporting ND, because I don't see any burning desire. When people have a burning desire to serve the community, that kind of a person always need for this community. So he will be our true leaders and to our community leader. So I will really request all the Nepalese community, let's support Andy Chen, and Andy Chen is already won our heart, but we want to make sure this June coming primary election, he's going to be our official representative, and hope we are 100% sure that he will be our representative, and he will be our councilman from District 25 on November. And thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity for me and our organization. Thank you so much, all of you again. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Yes, Mr. Tek Gurung. When I met first time the Andy Chen, I believe he's our own brother. Today, I'm working on his campaign, but I feel like I'm running for the campaign, right? So he's not just a candidate, he's my own brother. He's our Nepalese brother. And obviously when he got elected, first we will go to Nepal and visit the Nepal, right? Yeah. Okay, yes, thank you so much, Mr. Tek Gurung. Now it's time to give some entertainment. We have a cultural event right here, and we have the beautiful the dancers. They are giving such effort to do this event. They have been practiced this from last 2 weeks, every day. And yes, before that, I want to mention one name, the Phoenix Mugger. She has practiced about 1 week, but unfortunately she has to go somewhere, so she couldn't be able to come today. But I'd like to thank Mr. Vishnu Rana Mugger on behalf of Phoenix, her father. That's what we want from our community leaders. Yes, thank you so much, Vishnu Rana Mugger. Without any further delay, the choreographer is the Vijay Nakarmi. He's the popular choreographer from Nepal. I'd like to call Vijay Nakarmi and raise your hand in front of all the people. And okay. Yes, so let's give a big hand to Fursang Tamang and Rosan Rai for the cultural dance. Thank you.
पहले वीडियो खींचा सर
是在杰森海啊，是在第纽约市 City Council 的议员候选人25选区陈毅 Andy 陈的这个社区里有一个尼泊尔社团支援咱们 Andy 陈的一个活动，大型的一个活动啊，谢谢。
Thank you for your presence. They will be back. Thank you.
咱们看啊，尼泊尔关。
Yes, thank you so much, Fursan and Roshan, for the wonderful dance. I know they are tired, they have to dance twice. But I can understand, and the energy, I like the energy, right? So once again, please give a huge round of applause to our artists. Please, taliko gardinuhun ma hardik अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु. Yes, this is our culture. This is our cultural dish. This is just one of our ethnic group. They wear this. And can you believe that we speak more than 125 different languages in our country, and we have different ethnic group. This is just a small piece that we are going to show you today. But further on, you will see a lot of culture in our community, right? So once again, thank you so much for the artist and the choreographer for the wonderful dance. Without any further delay, we have just only two speakers now. Now let's welcome the President of Janasamparka Samiti, Mr. Anand Vishnu. Please give a huge round of applause to Anand Vishnu. Thank you.
支持陈毅啊，这个社团背书啊，给尼泊尔社团给陈毅背书。
थ्याङ्क यू दिपेन्द्र नेपालीको छोराछोरीले मौका पायो भने त धुलो पिठो उडाइदिन्छ है ज्याक्सन आएको डाइभर्सिटी प्लाजा पनि नेपालको गाउँघरको जस्तो चुनाव लाग्यो हामीलाई आज Mr. Andy Chang and his beautiful wife Sally, all the volunteers, all the supporters, Nepalese American for Andy Chang. I would like to welcome you all. And I would like to congratulate to Andy Chang for getting this big support from Nepalese American community. I think this is the biggest support to Mr. Andy Chang. You are already winner, Mr. Andy Chang, because all the Nepalese organization, all the Nepalese people around the Newark area, around the District 25, all are here for you. I know you will speak later on what plan you have for Nepalese community, what you are going to do out for our community, what are our problems, what are our, the needy things to do, address. So you will speak later on. Lots of Nepalese people around Jacksonite, District 25 area. I have been living this district since 1998. So I know all the problems, and I know what to do. I know what need to do, what need to solve. So Andy Chang is the best candidate. Andy Chang हेर्दाखेरि पाँच थरको लिम्बू दाई जस्तो पनि देखिन्छ, भोजपुरको राई जस्तो पनि देखिन्छ, डोल्पाको मगर दाजु जस्तो देखिन्छ, डोटीको विष्णु जस्तो पनि देखिन्छ। एन्डी च्याङलाई भोट अब हामीले सपोर्ट नगर्ने कुनै पनि कारण छैन। हेर्नुस् त ढाका टोपी लगाएको, यो खुकुरी भिरेको टोपी लगाएको कति राम्रो देखिरहेछ एन्डी च्याङ। हामीलाई मिल्ने हाम्रो फ्लेभर र हाम्रो छिमेकी उत्तरपट्टिको छिमेकी ठाउँबाट आएको एउटा यङ डाइनामिक भिजनरी लिडर यो कम्युनिटीमा आएर केही गर्छु भनेर एउटा तपाईँ हाम्रै दाजुभाइ जस्तो, तपाईँ हाम्रो छोरा जस्तो एउटा मान्छे आएर उभिरहेछ भने उसलाई सपोर्ट किन नगर्ने? त्यही भनाले म सम्पूर्ण नेपाली दाजुभाइ दिदीबहिनीहरूलाई यहाँहरूलाई अर्ज गर्न चाहन्छु। आई वुड लाइक टु रिक्वेस्ट टु all the Nepalese, my brothers and sisters, to support Andy Chang. Let's make the win to Andy Chang. र मैले अघि हाम्रो आफ्नै दाजुभाइ यो देखिरहेको थिएँ नवराज केसीजी पनि डिस्ट्रिक्ट 19 बाट काउन्सिल मेम्बर उठ्नु भएको छ। नवराज केसीजीलाई पनि हामीले सपोर्ट गर्नुपर्छ। डिस्ट्रिक्ट 19 मा गएर नवराज केसीलाई सपोर्ट गर्नु चाहन्छ। नवराजजी आर यु हियर? ल नवराजजीलाई पनि हामीले सपोर्ट गर्नुपर्छ सबै नेपाली कम्युनिटीको तर्फबाट। सो म धेरै लामो नबोलिकन हामी एन्डी च्याङकोबाटै धेरै कुरा सुन्नेछौँ र उसको प्लान हाम्रो कम्युनिटीको लागि के छ भन्ने कुरा हामीलाई एड्रेस पनि गर्नुहुनेछ। सो आई वुड लाइक टु थ्याङ्क यू एभ्रिवान, थ्याङ्क यू फर अर्गनाइजिङ सच अ ब्युटिफुल इभेन्ट, एन्ड आई वुड लाइक टु कङ्ग्रेचुलेट एन्डी च्याङ फर योर भिक्ट्री, एन्ड वी आर विथ यु एन्डी। थ्याङ्क यू सो मच।
Yes, Ananda Daili भन्नु जस्तै like Andy, he looks like Nepalese, right? Look, but Daili भयो मैले एन्डीलाई भन्छ कि एन्डी तामाङ। Okay, Andy Tamang, because he's my brother, right? Okay, yes, thank you so much, everyone. I have a lot of lists from the different organizations, but unfortunately I couldn't able to read this one. But I believe everyone here to support Andy. It means a lot. It means a lot for me. It means a lot for Andy, and it means a lot for our campaign. And thank you so much again. There's a lot of organization leaders. The presidents are here. I can say there's so many leaders here. So unfortunately, I couldn't able to say their name, but like, thank you so much for being here. In this short notice, you guys here for us, and yes, I know we're gonna win. Okay. So lastly, we have just one speaker from the Nepalese community, and then after we hear Andy Chen, and then after we have artists. They are ready to blast the floor. Yes, without any further delay, let's welcome the President of Federation of Indigenous People of Nepal from America, FIPNA, Mr. Lok Semjon.
Thank you, Dipen-ji. सबैजनामा नमस्कार। मैले धेरै बोल्नुपर्ने विषय छैन। Just I would like to thank you for organizing Nepalese American for support for Andy. I would like to say Andy Cheng also mentioned Andy Tama. Last time he said Andy Moktan. It's Andy, we know about that, he's already win. And also I would like to just for best wishes and advance congratulations for your candidacy. You are already win from Nepali community. Not only is from this district, New York City Council for 25 district. र म धेरै मेरो विषय छैन, मैले खाली यति मात्रै भन्न चाहन्छु। आज यो ठुलो यो साथ सपोर्ट उहाँलाई हामीले गरिरहेका छौं। यो सबैको एउटा सद्भाव, एउटा प्रेरणा पनि छ। त्यो सँगसँगै एउटा विषय चाहिँ मैले यहाँ राख्नुपर्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ। हामी सबै नेपालीहरू यहाँनिर छौं, नेपाली भाषीहरू। हाम्रो यो अमेरिकाको मूलधारको यो पहिलो जस्तो हो। हामीले यो भन्दा अगाडि पनि धेरै पटक इलेक्सनहरू हुन्थ्यो। सिटी काउन्सिलको इलेक्सन यो फर्स्ट टाइम होइन, यो भन्दा अगाडि पनि भयो, अहिले पनि हुनुहुन्छ। अन्य विभिन्न तहको निर्वाचनहरू पनि हुन्छ। तर हामी मोर देन 100 अर्गनाइजेसन नेपाली अर्गनाइजेसन यहाँ छौं। धेरै 50,000 यहाँ नेपालीहरू बस्छौं। तर हामीले यहाँको इलेक्टेड अफिसर पाउनलाई उहिले पञ्चायतमा राजाको सेवा मतलब दर्शन पाउने जस्तो खालको स्थिति छ अहिले पनि। त्यसकारणले गर्दाखेरि हामीले इजिली हाम्रो एक्सेस कहाँ पुग्छ त्यहाँ चाहिँ हामीले लाग्नुपर्छ भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ। त्यसकारणले अहिले उहाँसँगको हाम्रो यो सहकार्य अथवा चिन्जान र उहाँसँगको संगतमा चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ के थाहा पाएँ भने अब हामी यहाँको मूलधारमा लाग्नको लागि हामी जस्तै हाम्रै हैसियतको र हाम्रै लेभलको मान्छेहरूसँग संगत गरेर लाग्यौं भने चाहिँ हामी यहाँको मूलधारको राजनीतिमा जान सक्छौं भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ। किनभने धेरै अपर्च्युनिटीहरू छ, धेरै सेवा सुविधाहरू छ। तपाईँ हामीलाई थाहा छ, हाम्रो बच्चाहरू यहाँनिर स्कुल त छ, तर अलि राम्रो पढेको राम्रो मार्क्स ल्याउने बच्चाहरूलाई राम्रो स्कुलमा पढ्ने अपर्च्युनिटी छ। तर त्यो इन्फर्मेसन हामीसँग छैन। हामी यहाँ विभिन्न नन प्रफिट अर्गनाइजेसनहरू चलाउँछौँ। हामी आफ्नै गोजीबाट चन्दा डोनेसन अनेकबाट चलाइराखेको छौँ। तर सिटीले कति धेरै हाम्रो यो मार्जिनलाइज कम्युनिटीको लागि, यो हाम्रो अल्पसंख्यक, हामी नेपालीहरू अल्पसंख्यक अल्पभाषीहरूको लागि कति धेरै फन्डिङ गरेको हुन्छ। तर हामीलाई थाहा छैन, किनभने हामी उहाँहरूसँग चिन्जान पनि हुँदैन र हाम्रो एक्सेस पनि पुग्दैन। केही 2-4 संस्था 2-4 व्यक्तिहरूको एक्सेस रहिआएको छ, हामीले देखेका छौँ। तर त्यो सबै नेपालीहरूको लागि अहिलेसम्म चाहिँ सबै नेपालीहरूले पहुँच पुर्याउने त्यो लेभलको भएको छैन। त्यसकारणले हामीले हाम्रो सिटी काउन्सिलको लागि 29 डिस्ट्रिक्ट फ्लसिङ एरियाबाट हाम्रो नवराज केसी, अघि हाम्रो आनन्दजीले भन्नुभयो, उहाँ उठिरहनु भएको छ। म नवराज केसी जी पनि यहाँ हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँलाई पनि के अरे उहाँको सफलताको अग्रिम शुभकामना दिन चाहन्छु। हामीले फिप्नाले त अलरेडी उहाँलाई एक खालको अब इन्डोर्समेन्टै त हामीले गर्न मिल्दैन लिगल्ली, तर हाम्रो टिमले चाहिँ उहाँको सपोर्टमा हामीले क्याम्पेन गरेको छौँ। उहाँको लागि चाहिँ हामीले एक खालको साथ सहयोग समर्थनको लागि एक खालको ग्रुप बनाएको छौँ, त्यसमा तपाईँ हामी सबै संलग्न पनि छौँ। उहाँलाई त्यस कारणले हामी यहाँको हरेक हाम्रो भोलिको नेक्स्ट जेनेरेसनको लागि उनीहरूको भविष्यको लागि पनि यहाँको मूलधारको राजनीतिमा हामी समावेश हुनुपर्छ। हामीले जानी नजानी हामी बामे सर्नुपर्छ भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ। हामी यो पहिलो जेनेरेसनको जो नेपालीहरू हामी छौँ जसले चाहिँ हामीले यो विभिन्न सङ्घ संस्थाहरू नेतृत्व गरिरहेको छौँ, ओगटिरहेको छौँ, बामे सरिरहेको छौँ। हामीले खास विषयमा खास समयमा खास मान्छे र खास इस्युलाई पक्रेर अगाडि बढ्न सक्यौँ भने मात्रै हामी त्यो खालको चाहिँ भोलिको एउटा सुन्दर भविष्यको लागि हामीले त्यो योगदान हामीले गर्नुपर्नेछ। मैले यति मात्रै कुरा राखेँ। यति भन्दै म फेरि पनि आई वुड लाइक टु से विश यु अल द बेस्ट मिस्टर एन्डी फर सिटी काउन्सिल योर क्यान्डिडेन्सी। यु अलरेडी विन। vote for thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President, FIPNA President. Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Candidate, the President of FIPNA. As he said, like, this is the very first time happening in Nepalese community. I think we are lucky as well as Andy is also lucky because these things never happened in our community before. It's the very first time that we have been gathered here to support one of our elected officials. And I believe I got the list. We have more than 52 different organizations here standing behind the Andy. And thank you so much each and every president of the organization. Yes, it's a 52 organization here to support Andy Chen from the Nepalese community, and it's the very first time. And thank you so much, each one of you, for being here. And now we have one singer from Nepal. She's going to sing her song. And then after we will hear Mr. Andy Chen. He will gonna address us and this event. And I'd like to call Miss Basanti Rai. Miss Basanti Rai and Suvarna Sakya. Please, ताली बजाएर जोरदार स्वागत गरिदिनु म हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु.
Bless you.
Hello. Namaskar. Good evening. Good afternoon. My name is Basanti Rai. I'm a Nepali artist. And I'm here for today support Mr. Andy Chen, candidate for New York City Council member, District 25. So please vote for him, support for him. Thank you.
पानी भए कहिले छल्किँदैन लागि मजु कान्छी यौवन ढल्किँदैन
लाने भइले जाऊ कान्छा नत्र भन्ने पर्दिन म तिम्रै भएर
2-4 वर्ष पर्ख कान्छी बनाउँदैछु तिम्रामा बस्ने घर संघर्षको यात्रामा छु चढी सुन्छ कान्छी तिमीलाई कहिले पनि हुने छैन दुःख संघर्षको यात्रामा छु चढी सुन्छ कान्छी तिमीलाई कहिले पनि हुने छैन दुःख
माया प्रेमको तिर्खा त्यसरी कहाँ भेटिन्छ र सुसी जस्तो सुख यहाँ कहाँ भेटिन्छ र लाने भइले जाऊ कान्छा नत्र भन्ने पर्दिन म तिम्रै भएर
2-4 वर्ष पर्ख कान्छी बनाउँदैछु तिम्रामा बस्ने घर
नत्र भन्ने पर्दिन म तिम्रै भएर
बनाउँदैछु तिम्रामा बस्ने घर
नत्र भन्ने पर्दिन म तिम्रै भएर
बनाउँदैछु तिम्रामा बस्ने घर
Thank you so much.
Hello. Hello. Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Subhanadai and Basanti Didi for a wonderful song. And yes, thank you so much everyone for being here. And I think I have to show, yeah, somebody, मेरो अनुहार पनि हेर्नु पर्यो भनेर सुझाव आएको कारणले गर्दा मैले मास्क खोलेँ. यस अब हाम्रो अन्तिम वक्ता आजको मुख्य आकर्षणको व्यक्ति मिस्टर एन्डी चेनको हामी बारेमा उहाँबाट सुन्छौँ. त्योभन्दा अगाडि मैले थोरै भूमिका के बाँध्न चाहेँ भने म यो अभियानमा एज अ डेपुटी क्याम्पेन म्यानेजरको रूपमा काम गरिरहेको छु. यो गर्दै गर्दा किन डेपुटी क्याम्पेन म्यानेजरको रूपमा काम गरेँ पुग्यो भन्ने कुरा अलिकति राख्न चाहेँ. किनभने हाम्रो समुदायमा मैले पहिला पनि भन्थेँ आई अलवेज सेड लाइक वी आर फर्स्ट जेनेरेसन हियर, वी आर नट लाइक सेकेन्ड जेनेरेसन थर्ड जेनेरेसन. हामी पहिलो जेनेरेसन यहाँ छौँ. कति त हामी सरकारी निकायभन्दा टाढा रहेर नै बस्न रुचाउँछौँ. सरकारी निकायसँग नजिक रहेर काम गर्न हामी त्यति चाहँदैनौँ. किनभने केही किसिमको त्रास, केही किसिमको डर र आफ्नो सपना एउटा अमेरिकन ड्रिम बोकेर अमेरिका आउँदै गर्दाखेरिको केही बाध्यताको कारणले गर्दाखेरि हामी सरकारी निकायसँग रहेर हामी काम गर्न सक्दैनौँ. त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि हाम्रो समुदायमा पाउने केही सुविधा, सेवा सुविधाहरूबाट हामी पछाडि परिरहेको कि भन्ने मुख्य भान भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि होइन, हामी नेपाली समुदाय पनि एउटा यहाँको मूल राजनीति र त्यो मात्र नभइकन सिटी काउन्सिल डिस्ट्रिक्ट 5 भनेको यस्तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट हो जसमा नेपालीहरूको वर्चस्व रहेको. हामी नेपालबाट जेएफकेबाट ओर्लिसकेपछि पहिलो स्टेसनको रूपमा हामीले ज्याक्सन हाइटलाई लिन्छौँ र हाम्रो दोस्रो घरको रूपमा हामीले ज्याक्सन हाइटलाई लिँदै गर्दाखेरि भोलि यदि ज्याक्सन हाइटमा पनि हामीले आफ्नो तहबाट र तबकाबाट आफ्नो क्यान्डिडेटलाई ल्याउन सकेनौँ भने सम्भवतः अरू समुदाय र अरू डिस्ट्रिक्टबाट हामीले आफ्नो क्यान्डिडेटलाई ल्याउन सक्दैनौँ भन्ने एउटा उद्देश्यसहित म यो अभियानमा लागेको हुँ. र यो अभियानमा लाग्दै गर्दाखेरि मैले एन्डी तिमीले यो कुराहरू चाहिँ हाम्रो समुदायमा गर्नुपर्दछ भनेर मैले 4वटा मुख्य कुराहरू माझ राखेको थिएँ। एउटा कम्युनिटी सेन्टर, हामी यति भेला भइरहेको छौँ, करिब हामी यसरी भेला भइरहँदाखेरि हाम्रो कम्युनिटी सेन्टर नेपालीहरूको सामुदायिक भवन एउटा भइदिएको भए सायद हामी यो जमरको जम्का भेट अथवा जे कार्यक्रम पनि हामीले आफ्नो सामुदायिक भवनमा बसेर गर्न सक्थ्यौँ होला। त्यो सामुदायिक भवन निर्माणको निमित्त सिटी काउन्सिलको निकै नै ठुलो भूमिका रहन्छ। त्यो भूमिकामा पहिलो नम्बरमा तिमीले हाम्रो समुदायमा नेपाली सामुदायिक भवन बनाउनुपर्छ, त्यो तिमीले बाचा गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने एउटा बाचा हामीले उसबाट लिएका थियौँ। दोस्रो कुरा, सरकारी निकायसँग कसरी नजिक रहने, हामीले उसलाई जिताउनु त जितायौँ, जिताइसकेपछि कति क्यान्डिडेटले त हाम्रो फोनै पनि उठाउँदैन, टेक्स्ट पनि हेर्दैन र हार्दाखेरि पनि ऊ हराएर जाने अवस्था हुन्छ कति क्यान्डिडेटहरूको। त्यो नहोस्। त्यो नहुनको लागि तिमीले यदि जित्ने सवालमा तिमीले के गर्छौ त, कम्तीमा एकजना नेपालीलाई चाहिँ तिम्रो अफिसमा एडमिनिस्ट्रेसन लेभलमा चाहिँ तिमीले जागिर दिनुपर्दछ, मात्र नेपाली समुदायले तिमीलाई सहयोग गर्छ भन्दाखेरि उसले ल यो म वचनबद्धता तिमीले भिडियो बनाउँछौ कि तिमीलाई म लेखेर दिउँ भन्ने हिसाबले उसले मलाई वचन गरेको छ। दोस्रो र तेस्रो कुरा रिकग्निसन, हामी अमेरिकामा आएको छौँ, दोस्रो घर भनिरहेका छौँ, एउटा अमेरिकी सपना बोकेर हामी अमेरिका आइरहँदाखेरि एउटा दिन, एउटा नेपाललाई सम्झिने दिन, एउटा नेपाललाई पनि यहाँको सरकारले केही हदसम्म सम्झिने एउटा दिनको रूपमा रहोस् र नेपाललाई चिनाउने र एक दिन सम्पूर्ण नेपालीहरूले छुट्टी बिदाको व्यवस्था गर्नुपर्छ र यहाँको सरकारले नेपाल दिन भनेर एक दिन तोक्नुपर्छ भन्ने एउटा अभियानलाई हामीले अगाडि बढाएका छौँ। त्यो अभियानको कार्य हामीले सुरु गरिसकेका छौँ र हामी सुन वी आर गोइङ टु पास द बिल कल नेपाल डे, राइट? यस। सो हामी त्यो अभियान सुरु गरेका छौँ। 3टा कुरा र तेस्रो कुरा अघि पनि भनिसकेका छौँ, हामी युवाहरू कति छौँ, हाम्रो सेकेन्ड जेनेरेसनहरू हुर्किँदैछ, तेस्रो जेनेरेसन हुर्किँदैछ, अब उनीहरूको भविष्य कतातिर जाने त? हामी पहिलो जेनेरेसन, दोस्रो जेनेरेसन इकोनोमिक डेभलपमेन्ट, हामी इकोनोमीसँग रहेर हामीले यदि साँच्चै नै अरूकै व्यवसायमा मात्रै कति घन्टा दिन्छ त्यसले कति कमाउँछ भनेर हिसाब गर्ने या आफू पनि व्यावसायिक भएर आफ्नो समुदायलाई समृद्ध गर्ने भन्ने कुराहरू हो। र एन्डी करिब इज अ एन्टरप्रेनर, इज अ यङ एन्टरप्रेनर, उसको फार्मेसी बिजनेसदेखि लिएर यावत छ र एउटा चाइनिज कम्युनिटीमा राम्रो रेप्युटेड बिजनेसम्यानको रूपमा चिनेको कारणले गर्दाखेरि केही हदसम्म तिमीले नेपाली समुदायमा बिजनेस गर्ने पर्छ र नेपाली समुदायलाई सँगै बोकेर लानुपर्छ भन्ने कुराहरू, यी 4वटा प्रतिबद्धता। र अन्तमा हामीले अरू के भनेका छौँ भने हाम्रो युवाहरूलाई, हाम्रो अब आउँदै गरेको जेनेरेसनको लागि कम्तीमा हामीलाई थाहा छ पीडा, हामी केही सकर खेल्न जानु पऱ्यो, फुटबल खेल्न जानु पऱ्यो भने पर्मिटको पछाडि धाउँदा हामी करिब हामीले खेल्न पनि नपाउने अवस्था रहेको हुँदाखेरि कम्तीमा नेपालीहरूको निमित्त एउटा रिक्रिएसन सेन्टर जहाँ भलिबल खेल्न सकौँ, जहाँ फुटबल खेल्न सकौँ, जहाँ टेबल टेनिस खेल्न सकौँ, जहाँ जिम गर्न सकौँ, एउटा रिक्रिएसन सेन्टर चाहिँ नेपालकै र नेपालीकै नाममा हुनुपर्छ भन्ने यी मुख्य एजेन्डासहित म उसको अभियानमा लागेको छु र यो अभियानको प्रतिबद्धता एनडीले गरेको छ र त्यसको प्रतिबद्धता म एनडीको मार्फतबाट म आफै पनि यहाँहरूमाझ गर्न चाहन्छु। यति भन्दै करिब हामी कार्यक्रमको अन्तमा छौँ र हाम्रो सबैभन्दा मुख्य कारण अतिथिलाई स्वागत गर्ने, खाता लगाएर सम्मान गर्ने कार्यक्रम रहेको छ। त्यसो हुँदा I'd like to call Mr. E.N.D. Chen and Sally Chen here. And we see like Andy's father is also here. I'd like to call Andy's father in front. Andy's father, please. Yeah. Yes, why I call them is like I've seen Sally working 12 hours, 7 days for his campaign. एउटा आफ्नो गृहिणीको सहयोग भएन भने अगाडि बढ्न सक्दैन। म स्यालीसँग म क्याम्पेनमा काम गर्दै गर्दाखेरि ऊ चाहिँ नि 12 घण्टा नै आफ्नो श्रीमानको लागि चाहिँ क्याम्पेनमा काम गरिरहेको छ। एन्ड हिज फादर, म फर्स्टमा त को मान्छे हो, एभ्री डे आएर काम गरिरहेको हुन्छ, सानो सानो कुराहरू गेस्टहरू आउँदाखेरि चिया बनाइदेखि लिएर सबै काम गरिरहेको हुन्छ। किनभने फ्यामिली सपोर्ट भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट सपोर्ट। किनभने आफ्नो परिवार, आफ्नो श्रीमतीले सपोर्ट गरेन भने केही पनि हुन सक्दैन भन्ने एउटा नमुना मैले यहाँ प्रस्तुत गर्न खोजेको। एन्डीको बुवा यहाँ हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँहरूलाई खादा लगाएर अलिकति सम्मान गरिदिनु म हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु। खादा And okay, because of Sally's hardworking, Sujana wants to give a used flower to her. So खादा लगाइदिनु न, म हार्दिक अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु। हाम्रो खाजा यहाँ छ खाजा लगाइदिनु चाहनुहुन्छ भने यहाँले खाजा लिएर लगाइदिनु सक्नुहुनेछ And yes, please, खादा उता बुवालाई पनि लगाइदिनु
अब उहाँसँग बस्नुहोस् त तपाईँ ड्रेस लगाएको मान्छेहरू यहाँ वरिपरि
Yes, please, खादा लगाइदिनु होला आज अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु
support Andy Chen.
खादा लगाइसकेपछि यता स्थानमा बस्दिनु होला अब एन्डीबाट पनि केही सुन्नुपर्ने हुन्छ त्यसो हुँदा
一条洁白的围巾代表了这个社区居民对它的一个款款的深情啊。这是 Star TV live broadcast in the Jackson High. Andy Chen 得到了社区的居民的支持啊 ！Many people support Andy Chen. Thank you, Andy Chen. Support Andy Chen. Okay, thank you.
Yes, photo session हामी एकछिनमा गर्छौं. We have time for photo session, so please we'll do the photo session as well. And thank you so much everyone for wonderful big khana and all. Please be seated. Yes, हामी photo session हामी गर्छौं है. अब तपाईहरु धैर्य भएर बस्दिनु होला. अब हामी एन्डीबाट सुन्छौं. Yes. Yes, thank you so much everyone. Now, it's the time. अब हामी Andy Chen बाट सुन्छौं. Please give a round of applause to the Andy Chen.
Thank you.
Andy.
Thank you.
सबैजना बस्दिनु होला म अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु प्लिज बस्दिनु होला पछाडी उभिनु भएको महानुभावहरुलाई अगाडि आइदिनु होला म अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु अगाडि आइदिनु होला प्लिज सबैजना Lakindai Narendraji, please can you come in front? Yes, thank you. अगाडि आइदिनु होला टाढो छरेर बस्दा अलि राम्रो देखेन प्लिज नेतृत्वहरु Thank you so much. Now please once again give a huge round of applause to Andy Chen.
Andy Chen 要说话了，但而且太阳要出来了，是吧？就是又是一个老天都在帮咱们华裔的 Andy Chen。Support Andy Chen.
See, I learned Nepali language, right? And I look Nepali today, right? I just like one of you, right? First of all, thank you all the community leader, all the neighbors and friends, and all the artists, dancers, and singers for all your weeks of preparation and your coordination for this event. Let me just introduce myself a little bit. My name is Andy Chen. I immigrated to this district, this country since 2002. And I'm myself is a son of an immigrant, just like most of you guys. We all know that this country is built by all the immigrants. And we here to pursuing our American dream, right? And when I come here, just like most of you guys, that I went to middle school, went to high school over here. Just like what your next generation, all your children are facing today. Just like what I have been through also, that I have been bullied at school and discriminated at school, just like most of the Asian students today. So I truly and I totally understand what we're facing today, especially as immigrant families and working class families here. So at year of 2012, I become a small business owner in this district. And I started to realize by building our American dream and pursuing our American dream, is really we have to get involved with the community, right? And as a second generation immigrant, that we all see the struggling from the first generation immigrant, because I know 99% of you guys, especially all the Nepali community, that you guys here as a first generation immigrant. We all know how difficult it is for all of us that without speaking the language, without knowing all the policy and laws, without knowing any way access to all those government resources, and still making a living right here. And I know we all been struggling over here for years. Just like myself, I've been here, living here for 19 years. And I'm still building American dream over here. And I think this is a time that myself have to carry the responsibility over my shoulder, that I have to come out to representing our district, which is Emerson, Judson High, the most diverse district in whole country. And we're speaking over 194 languages and dialects in our district alone. But we never get our first share as we, the immigrant community, supposed to be deserved. Especially since last year, this pandemic, we all see how many families being affected by this pandemic. How unprepared our city, our nation is for this crisis, for this health crisis, for this economic crisis, for housing crisis. I think this is a time we have to unify all our community together to fight for all this, for our generation, for our next generation. What's best for our generation? That's what we're here today. And that's why I'm running for city council, because I see there's no leadership for our city government. Because I see they don't have a plan. They don't understand our culture. They don't understand our district. How many times have we seen our current administration step a foot into our community since this pandemic? Our district has become the epicenter of epicenter since this pandemic. We impacted the heaviest in the whole country. Millions of people's lives being taken away by this pandemic. Millions of small businesses being closed down permanently. millions of working class families been losing the job, losing the source of income. And also we know many of us, we're sitting here today, they're losing loved ones, losing their family members from this pandemic. And all of the question for us is, what are we gonna do, right? And we don't see no leadership, no plan from current administration. And that's what we here today. That's why we're here today. We're gonna unify all our community to build our community, to build our city. Because we, the community, this is how community looks like. That's how diverse our community looks like. And we have to hear the voice from every community. Because this country, when we're talking about the greatest country in the world, and we have to remind those people who say the greatest country in the world, do not forget about those contributions, those sacrifices, those commitments, those lives has been lost from our community also. Because we part of the contribution to build this country. Just like what we're facing out there today, we as an Asian community, we're being attacked. All those hates, all those hate crimes towards our community. Who stood up for us? And we being attacked. We shouldn't face this. Because the racism, that's the real virus. The racism is the real crisis that we're facing today. We have the responsibility to come together how to stop this. And we're going to stop this. Because we have to remind those people, we are Asian American, we are American also, and we are New Yorkers, and we are human beings. And people often say the government is a reflection of its own people, right? But often I don't see our government, this government, reflecting Asian community. Because we never get our first share. We don't have enough representation in every level of the government. And we underserved in every level of the government. And just like our district here today in Shanghai, and we here at the Diversity Plaza, really represent how diverse our district is. And we build on the similarity. We share the common ground as all the immigrants' families, first generation and second generation. And what we're going to do also is accepting and learning by the difference between us. And what we're here today is building a platform for all of us to come together to serve our community, to build our community. Because we are the community. We cannot offer another 10 years, another 20 years seeing our community suffering. During this pandemic, just like one of my great friends, Mike, sitting here today, he's one of my greatest supporter and my personal friends. Just letting you guys know, he also is disability people living in Shanghai for years, his entire life. What this pandemic treating him is a really true example showing how the failure of our city administration, our state administration, and whole our nation. That's exactly what we have to do, taking care of somebody just like Mike, who is disability, and has anyone stepped out taking care of somebody like him? Yes, I did. Because I've been there for Mike every Sunday. Make sure there's a food on Mike's table for his wife, for his children. That's what we're going to do. We make sure nobody going hunger. Everybody has an income for their family. Everybody's supposed to have the food on the table for their family. We can offer to see during New Year's Eve and New Year the family without any food over the table. That exactly shows the failure of our current administration. And we have to step out, taking the control and representing our own district. That's what we here today. That's what I am here today to representing our district. And just like our district, probably a lot of guys we don't even know that we have 4 train stations in our district. But there's only one has ADA accessible. How do we gonna expect someone like mine to traveling to work without all this ADA accessible? No, right? And in our district currently, we have only 8 schools, including elementary school, high schools, and middle school, only 8 schools. And we need additional 6,000 school seats in our district. That directly tells us there's a 6,000 students that is going to school outside our district. That tells us a lot of families, they have to sacrifice and give out their job just taking their kids to school. When this pandemic happened, they're losing one resource, their income. That's totally unacceptable. And what I'm going to do is, we're gonna build more school in our district. We're gonna build better school in our district. We're gonna implement a better education program for our district. Because the education, that's the key. Education, that's the key for most the immigrant families to have a better future, to have a better career. That's what I think. That's what the most immigrant parents will want for their children, for their next generation. That's what we're going to do. And what I also going to do, look around all these small business. In New York City, 92% of their business are small business. And 89% out of those 92 are small business employed under 20 people. That means those are employed by family owned. And when this pandemic hits, how many stores are closing down permanently? What has our city administration doing for our small business owners? Nothing. And we need to demand more business funding for our small business owners. And also what we're going to do is we're going to develop more workforce development for all our working class families. So make sure they will have the income for their family to put on the food for their children. Including the children, they should not go hungry. Just like many schools in our district, one of the school, IS and PS 102. Just imagine this. They have over 100 families living in a shelter since pandemic. Just imagine if that's one of our family with children living in a shelter. And what has all this representatives doing for our district? Imagine we coming here struggling for years and ending up living in a shelter. That's not what we want. That's not what we will want for our children and next generations. And this time, I would say for our community, not just Asian community, or the Latino community, or the Black communities, we have to step up. We're gonna speak up. We're gonna fight for our rights. We're gonna fight for what we deserve as all the Americans in this country. That's exactly what I am going to do to represent District 25 in City Hall next year. By doing so, I will need all of you guys' support to get me over there. Because I will not consider myself as a politician. Because politicians will easily shifting their positions when there's anything changes. Because I'm community leader. I'm people's person. Of course, we will want me to win this campaign, but there's no 100% guarantee, right? But no matter win or lose, just like what I did, what I'm doing, what I'm going to do for all our people, for all our district, is I will be there with you guys no matter what, up and downs. Because that's me. Because that's somebody you can count on to work with in the future for next term, for next 10 years. Because I will show what our commitment is, what I have promised for this district, what I have promised for our people, what I have promised for your children, what I have promised for all those elderly, what I have promised for somebody just like Mike. We have to stop this, and by doing this, and I thank all the community leaders here today supporting me to running for this campaign. Just like what Dipendra say also, this campaign is not just about me. It's about all of us. It's about all of us in this district. It's about all of us in this city. And we're going to win. For sure, we're going to win. And we're going to take all these fights to city halls and to fighting for all our rights. Because I know most of the Nepali community that living here as first generation, that we're going to fight for all the community centers, for all of us. Because think about it, we need to have all the freedoms and all the right to practice our cultures, right? We need to have all the freedoms and the rights to practice our religions. There's somewhere that we feel comfortable and want to practice our holidays and New Year's. That's what we're going to fight. And that's what we're going to get. And by doing so, this June 22nd, that's our victory, and we're going to do it. Just like what Dipendra mentioned before also. We, the group that putting the resolution past the China Day as 2 years ago, as October 1st, that's the China Day. And how important, how difficult it is for me to do that again, to pass a Nepal Day. Just think about this. We already in process doing this. I don't need any positions. I don't need any title to doing the good thing for the community. I don't have to wait till when I get elected to doing what's right for the community. We already making the positive change and making the progress for our community and our city. That's truly leadership we deserve. And by doing that, we are really in the process drafting all the history, culture, and religions about Nepali community. That's very important thing. What reminding our children, our next generation, for somebody is not from Nepal to learn about our culture, to learn about our history, to learn about our religions. That's going to make history. And we here standing here today, what we're doing here today, we are making the history. We're making the history. By next year, when we look back, all these pictures and video will show exactly we are making the right decisions for ourselves. We're responsible for ourselves. Okay? So I'm not gonna take any more longer, but spread the words. We're gonna make this happen. We're going to win. And by electing Andy Chen to the council seat at June 22nd, this primary, and we see you at City Hall next year, right?
Yes, thank you so much, Andy, for giving wonderful remarks for the Nepalese community. Yes, we believe we're gonna win, and we'll have our own community center here in Jackson Heights. There will be someone working under his administration. There will be the Nepali guy. And lastly, I'd like to thank to each and everyone who are here today to support us, our campaign, support us, our event. Let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. Andy, vote for, vote for, vote for, vote for, vote for, vote for. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today. Thank you. Yes, and we have the singers. They will gonna entertain you more. Please stay aside. And thank you so much for being here. And I'd like to call Mr. Bharat Motan, Luisang Dai, everyone front for the big photo. And yes, please.
And lastly, I still like to say something real short that we all know this year in every district we have so many candidates running for this position, right? And probably someone you know also. And currently we have 8 candidates in this race. But I guarantee you, and I promise you, there's so many choices out there. But I am your best choice out there. So I know exactly what we need and what we want. And I'm gonna build our community, build our city with all of you. With all of you. And this campaign is truly about all of us. It's not just about me. It's about this district. It's about Shanghai. It's about Amherst. It's about District 25. It's about all of us, all our future together.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Let's have a big picture photo. Please, get I didn't know photo like. Thank you. Vijay Gurung sir, honest photo. Logan Dai, Vinod Dai, our Vinazu.
好，现在是大家一起支持 Andy 的 support Andy 10 people yeah make photo together， 就是大家合个影是吧？哦，这是 Andy 陈的爸爸。
Thank you so much, Andy, Didi.
अब के हुन्छ यसो गर्दाखेरि के हुन्छ होला यसो पहिले
Let's have a big picture. Thank you so much, Arisa.
म मान्छे ल्याउँदै गर्छु है हजुर
好，让我们看一下合影。
Guys, come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Guys. Yeah, boss. Come on. Back a little bit. We need space. Hey, kursi माथि चढ्नु न सबैले. Hey, join. Hi. Kursi माथि चढ्नुस्. Back a little bit. March, no.
Oh yeah.
More back. Oh, more back. More. Wait.
Okay. Thank you so much. अलिक पछाडि रे क्यामेराम्यानहरु अलिक पछाडि मेन क्यामेरालाई. Okay. Okay, vote for Andy.
Andy Chen interview. Andy 今天 sorry 来给你们3人照一张来，安迪爸爸是吧？来，安迪爸爸来。安迪先让你爸爸讲2句好不好？今天这个日子，这个是他的手里。OK。Thank you。Andy， 这是他们的缅甸的侨领是吧？Speak something. Yeah. Why you support Andy Chen?
Because Andy Chen is very active, and since I just know him 1 month, he did a lot of things. When the fire goes on over there, he went there, he distribute the food, water, clothes, everything, and he provide the food from the city and distribute to the people. He go to the sports ground and he provide all the sports equipment. He always talk for the senior citizen. He will always talk for the children, kids, and he do a lot of things. And he asks the community center, make the community together, work together, and we all exist from the world. We are all sister and brother. He's very creative and needable leader, not only for Nepali community. He's the good leader for everyone who exists in America from the world.
OK， thank you support Andy Chen，thank you。Andy Chen 今天是尼泊尔社团是吧？给你这么大力的支持是吧？尼泊尔社团，你谈谈你的感想啊？
对，其实今天很荣幸得到所有社区代表的支持。那其实呢，更显示的我们更好的是能让所有的社区走在一起，真正的呢，我们一起去打造我们的社区，一起呢去发声。那现在呢，就不只是我们作为华裔、作为亚裔，也作为整个社区，我们明年在市议会上面为我们所有的人去争取权益。
好，谢谢Andy Chen，一定支持啊 ，support Andy Chen 啊，11373、11372、11370的啊，都投票给Andy Chen。好，谢谢。这是Andy Chen的爸爸是吧？爸爸讲2句，你有这么优秀的儿子，怎么就是讲2句，随便讲2句。
我是你的爸爸，我为我的儿子进城25区市议员感到骄傲。
加油啊！谢谢。这是Andy Chen的太太是吧？怎么称呼？Sally啊，Andy Chen的太太你好。今天这个你看你们得到了这么多社区的还有缅甸社区的社团的支持，这么多的这个应该叫哈达还是叫什么是吧？再说几句哈，谢谢。
就是我们非常感谢大家非常的热情来支持我们，就希望大家可以在6月22号就是出来给我们大家投票，希望我们华人团结，然后就可以出来投个票。好，谢谢，听到吗？
好，谢谢啊，支持Andy Chen，谢谢啊，大家出来支持一支。
Thank you so much.
哦。
Stop love Andy Chen.
好，最后就给Andy Chen照个相啊。现在社区的很多人都想跟Andy Chen和他太太照一张相啊。好，我们今天就。好，今天我们就直播到这里了啊，然后这个是一个25选区议员候选人Andy Chen一个社团这个缅甸社团给他背书支持的一个活动啊，右边是11373、11372、113的support Andy Chen 啊，支持Andy Chen。OK，thank you everybody，thank you。现在就直播就到这里了啊，结束啊，今天就到，谢谢大家。Okay, thank you everybody, thank you, bye bye, thank you. 再听一首歌吗？
लागेको 2 वर्ष पुग्यो नि तिमीले आँट्ने कुन दिन रे कान्छी है कान्छी कान्छी है कान्छी है कान्छी कहीं त बोल ए मानको कुरा बोल मादल